Hello, dear friends. The world is a dangerous place, not so much because of those who do evil, but because of those who watch and do nothing. Opinion piece. Moment of disclosure. Exciting times. Lifting of the veil. Activation consciousness. Let's start. Truth has been triggered, according to Kerry Kay. The release of the Epstein files is not the beginning of truth, nor is it the whole truth. It is a signal, slow motion reset that will continue to unfold for years. Those who via truth were able to see what others could not because they were special, but because they had the capacity to see and soul-dealing agreement to hold the truth before humanity was ready, even though they suffered ridicule for being labeled conspiracy theorists. Now they release that energy into the collective to advance to a higher phase. Kerry emphasizes that truth is not intellectual, but a bodily state of authenticity, urges discernment from political theater and distractions, and recalls the origin of Atlantis, where humanity ceded power to the Archons, calling for the reclaiming of personal sovereignty. Some people are in shock right now, while others feel calm or even relieved, because truth does not reside in the intellect, but in the body. It's not about waiting for someone else to fall, but about reclaiming power, responsibility, and sovereignty. Exciting. Times are getting very exciting, according to Richard Lee McKim Jr. Many important revelations are coming and will be released quickly. Our big disclosure event is approaching. We will not announce the release time in advance, as it must be a surprise to the bad guys. The surprise will be good for us, but it will also be bad for them. Something big is taking place, according to the Pleiadian Council by Julia Wilder. Just as the caterpillar must be dissolved before wings can form, so too must our world to go through revelation before the embodiment of the higher state is possible. Earth itself is undergoing a great transformation. Its frequency has far exceeded the capacity for deception. The density that once allowed lies to persist unseen is dissolving. The veils that obscured the truth are fading. That is why so many feel uneasy, exposed, or disoriented. It's not that truth is becoming harder. It is that illusion can no longer survive the light. Humanity is transitioning to a higher state of consciousness, not as a one-time event, but as a living process. Sequence. World recovery sequence, according to Ismael Perez. First, exposure. Mass revelations that validate previous truths of the awakened. Second, technological activation. Declassification of quantum finance and free energy. Third, financial reset, with gold-backed quantum currencies. Fourth, collective ascension, a solar wave that activates light bodies, dissolves the archons, and restores personal sovereignty. Fifth, new earth, global harmony with gentle love, abundance, and the end of scarcity. Reset news. The information suppression is failing. The storm is here, and there is no turning back. The system didn't collapse. It changed its operating standard. The final sequence of the plan to save the world has been activated, according to the Maga King platform on Telegram. The Space Force has control of the global communications network. The Starlink constellation is ready to launch the truth. A clandestine network in Langley, Zurich, and Jerusalem was blocking the gold-backed quantum financial system, but they have now unblocked it. The Starlink satellite network is ready to launch the emergency transmission system. Welcome to the Great Awakening. The old world is dying so that the Golden Age can be born. This is the moment we have fought for. The blackout is just a prelude to a new set. After 10 days of darkness, we will connect to a new quantum internet. A new era is coming. Don't let fear trap you. The Cabal sold you a lifetime contract with your own future. That contract is about to be nullified. If this channel goes silent, it means the transmission network has taken control and the stream is live. The reset will not arrive with noise. It will arrive smoothly. Or it is arriving. This isn't an explosion. It's sequenced execution. The readjustment and revaluation phase is no longer lurking in the shadows. It's alive, active, and in full swing. This phase is about to unleash the largest transfer of wealth in human history. Legacy systems are being shut down. The old banking network is obsolete, and the new architecture is in charge. Juan Osabin confirms that the Cabal uses massive events like the opening of the Winter Olympics and the Super Bowl to flaunt its agenda. The real war isn't just political, it's spiritual. Full thought summary. Western governments are losing their way according to Benjamin Fulford. Thanks to the Epstein files, everyone knows that Western civilization was hijacked by a sect that acquired immense power and wealth. It must be eradicated now so that it never again poses a threat to humankind. The Dragon family has been mobilized for this purpose. We have lived in a world where our development has been stunned. Instead of choosing our own future, we were forced to participate in a movie written by hidden controllers. This is not new, because controllers have long replaced disobedient leaders with actors. But this time it is different, because the Epstein files expose controllers who kept their identities hidden. Truth seekers are trying to awaken people to their cannibalistic masters. Many people are unaware that our enemy was not only flesh and blood, but also spiritual. Measures are already being taken, and we cannot allow them to get away with it. But there is still much to be done to clean up and assign responsibility. Interesting. The last heir of the Tartar throne worked as a janitor before dying in 1971. David Icke exposes the planned dystopian technocratic world that we are being unconsciously conditioned to accept. If everyone knew all the darkest things happening at the same time, civilization would most likely collapse, according to Kavamur. X-22 report. The fog of war is lifting, and we are in the final countdown. The world is on the brink of significant change. Measuring progress. If you wish, you can measure your progress in this process by looking back months or even years. Observe who you were then, how you thought, how you felt, how you moved through the world, compared to who you are now. Observe the subtle and obvious ways you have changed, both within yourself and in your environment, says Keshraj. We are witnessing a black hat show with rapidly growing clones, used to cover up white hat arrests. According to Kavamur, the worship of dark forces through rituals will not end in this reality, and full disclosure will only be accepted after we have separated from the dark forces in the shift. Details of Truth by Ariel. This year marks a major turning point between where we are now and where we will be afterward. The soul growth we have acquired here will be the last place any being will ever experience that we have lived through. Everything will change. Nothing will remain as it is today, and this will happen without pause until a total reformation is achieved. Upgrade code for awakening according to Commander Heron. The lifting of the veil is expanding your spiritual perception. What was once invisible is now becoming accessible. Sharper intuitions, heightened sensitivity, inner abilities emerging spontaneously. Humanity is riding the same wave of awakening. The change in DNA is a sign that humanity is remembering who it is. That researcher, Janet Osebart, is the creator of the documentary The Fall of the Cabal, which exposes a secret global elite. He claims that there is a global cabal comprised of families that controls governments, finances, and media to dominate humanity. The series was censored on mainstream platforms, but went viral in alternative circles. She died in 2023 by suicide, though her followers question this. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.